So this is the Google Pixel 7a, Google's affordable phone for India. And yes, all the leaks and rumors were true. This does have a Tensor G2 chip, 64 megapixel main camera, and yes, a 90 Hz higher refresh rate. So maybe you should subscribe to TechWiser and watch our upcoming smartphone video, information from the future. Now, jokes aside, we have used many Pixel phones in the past. The OG Pixel 1, the Pixel 3, the Pixel 6, the Pixel 6a, Pixel 7, almost all of them. Now we have compared Pixel phones to other phones, and every time we come to the same conclusion that Pixel takes really good pictures. So yes, even the Pixel 7a should take good pictures, like obviously. But there are a few concerns regarding the Pixel 7a that we need to discuss. So stay tuned till the end of the video. This is going to be a fun one. Let's go. Okay, you get this slim box, the phone, Type-C to Type-C cable, paperwork, and this special looking SIM ejector tool. And since this is Pixel, you also get this Type-C to USB converter. And again, no charger, no case, very environment friendly. Now, before we get to the camera, have a look at this beauty first. So we got the sky blue color. This looks very nice, and the best thing is, in the shadows, it looks blue. But as you go under direct sunlight, see here, it looks kind of white. However, I noticed something weird. See on the edges, if you just slide your finger, you can feel this glass module. Feels a bit weird, so get a case. Other than that, Google has its own design choice. This camera island over here is very unique. It looks similar to the flagship Pixel 7. And a Pixel phone in public really stands out. This year, you get metal frames and it is IP67 certified this year. So you can have a bath with it. Coming to the front, you get a 6.1-inch Full HD AMOLED display. Now, another improvement this year is you get a 90 Hz refresh rate. I know it is not industry leading, but I won't complain. The animations and all are pretty fluid. But interestingly, by default, the phone ships in 60 Hz. So you'll have to manually go to settings, display, and set it to smooth display. Also, I would say the side bezels are slightly big. Like overall, the bezels look symmetrical, but should have been a little bit smaller. Also, the display quality looks good. So I was watching this scene from RRR, the tiger chase scene, and see the colors and contrast, everything was nice. And all of the products that we are talking about, most of them you will find below in the product tag. You can check them out. Now, the major highlight with any Google Pixel phone is the camera. So this year you get an upgraded 64 megapixel main camera, 13 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. So the pictures here are very nice. Like, see this picture of me, my skin tone is very close to natural. Or see this picture of me against the harsh sunlight, my face is properly exposed, the sun on top is properly exposed. Even the gradual blur of the grass in front is so good. And same in indoor lighting conditions, see this picture of Cyan playing Zynga, it looks pretty nice, even though he lost the game. And not just human photos, see this picture of the walkway, this is in normal mode and the natural blur is so good. Now you get a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle camera and the pictures from this come out pretty good. However, I did notice two things. Like number one, while shooting outside in hot sunlight, we were continuously getting this message like device is too hot, the flash won't work. And second, sometimes the portrait mode is a hit or miss. Like we did take these photos and the background blur was good. But we also took these photos and see there is no background blur in the photos. And we did this multiple times, same. There's no background blur in photos. So maybe a future software update will fix these bugs. And even in low light, see this video of us playing Zynga. I would say the video quality is pretty nice. And the selfie photos here are good too. Like same, the details, color are all very close to natural. It's pretty good. Coming to videos, you can shoot at 4K 60 FPS max. And this is how the video quality is in good lighting conditions. Overall, the skin tone and the video quality is nice. And another upgrade in the Pixel 7a is the front camera. It is a 13 megapixel front selfie camera, and finally you can shoot 4K on the front camera. And this is how the video quality is. So regarding the camera, I would say the Pixel 7a is definitely an improvement. Now, this is a Pixel phone, so you get the latest Tensor G2 processor, 8GB LPDDR5 RAM, 128GB UFS 3.1 storage. Now, in normal day-to-day usage, opening apps, social media, of course, there is no lag. However, I did notice that the phone gets warm pretty quickly. Like if you're on 5G and you're watching YouTube videos or downloading something, it gets warm. So there is definitely some heating issues as of now in this phone. But let's play PUBG New State and see the performance, which is the ultimate benchmark of performance. So we'll keep the graphics at 90 FPS and let's go. Okay, I can see someone. So as you can see, most of the time when I'm playing, the FPS doesn't reach above 80. It's mostly around 71, 72, and sometimes it drops down to 60 FPS. So overall the gameplay is good. Besides this, the phone comes with Android 13 right out of the box. You will get Android 14 by October, November. And this is a Google phone. And Android is made by Google. So you get the OG software experience here. There is no bloatware, no ads. You get a clean software experience. Now Google announced a lot of AI features for Android 14.
AI, generative AI.
But like everything, it will come later this year. Now Google promises 3 years of software updates and 5 years of security update, which is not industry leading because Samsung gives like 4 years of software update. But the best part is in these software updates, they come first to the Pixel phones. Another thing to consider is the battery. Now the Pixel 6a already had good battery life, but this has a slight bump. So you get a 4385 mAh battery, and now we have only used the device for like 1 to 2 days now. So it would be very early to comment on the battery life of the device. Also see, this time, if you put your phone here, tada, wireless charging. Also, it can only fast charge at 18 watt. But the main question is, should you buy the Pixel 7a? Well, remember in the intro, I mentioned some concerns about the Pixel 7a. Well, there are two of them. Well, number one, Google had only one service center in India and you had to ship the device to get it repaired or even change the display or anything. There are a lot of Twitter threads on the pricing of the repair, and even the repair took minimum 2 to 4 weeks or even more. But thankfully now Google had increased the service center in India, and you can see in this map there are roughly 28 service center in India. But we'll check the service center support and how's the entire experience in the full review. Make sure you subscribe for that. But even if you leave that entire service center thing, say like Pratik, it's fine. The biggest concern is number 2, Pixel price drop. The Pixel 7a has launched for a price of 43,999. You do get a 4,000 rupees HDFC discount instant, but that is the same price Pixel 6a launched for. But you see here in the price graph, the price of the Pixel 6a dropped about 10,000 just after 2-3 months. And currently, if you see, the Google Pixel 6a is selling for 28,999 on Flipkart. So what is the guarantee that the Pixel 7a price will not drop in the next 2 to 3 months? There has been a history of Pixel A devices dropping the price immediately after the launch in like 2 to 3 months. So if you are not in rush, I would say this is a good phone, but wait for like 2 to 3 or even 4 months. The Pixel 7a might see a drop in price. And until then, this is Pratik signing off. See you in the next video. The team has worked overnight, so if you love the effort, do drop a like. Team TW forever. Phew, phew, phew.